Have you ever looked at your sketchbook or blank canvas and wished you could paint to express the way you see and feel the world? Something which takes your technique deeper to translate your thoughts, your emotions, your perspective. In this video, I wanted to talk about something which underpins all creativity and self-expression, and it starts before our brush or our pencil even touches the page. While I talk about what seeing as an artist means, I'll be demonstrating for you how I created this painting, where I've filmed the process step by step. One of the real keys to self-expression, to seeing like an artist, lies in following your curiosity, which allows you to transform the ordinary into inspiration. But what does that all mean? In this video, I'll share with you what I discovered during a transformative week painting outdoors. How retraining yourself to notice, not just to look, unlocks creativity, brings authenticity to your art, and even instills your daily life with a little more gratitude and joy. As we explore what seeing like an artist means, I will take you with me on an evening's painting trip from late summer, capturing the cow parsley growing at the roadside. I'll also show you a practical sketchbook exercise which you can try today to help you practice seeing through the lens of painting. But before we jump into all of that, let's first talk about what seeing like an artist actually means and, more importantly, why it really matters. What does seeing as an artist actually mean? If I were to summarise it for you in a nutshell, seeing like an artist, it means looking at the world through the lens of your medium. In my case, that's painting. It's noticing colour, it's noticing shape, texture, light, movement, and then translating those observations into your creative process and your favourite techniques. It's the combination of these choices which tell our story and capture a feeling. Speaking of favourite processes and techniques, if you're curious about the materials and colours I'm using in this video demonstration, as a summary I am using Liquitex acrylic inks and Liquitex acrylic paints. I've left a link to a blog post which spans all of my favourite materials, colours, sketchbooks, papers down in the video description below. Seeing as an artist can also mean being aware of what you notice, what you pay attention to, what matters to you. These all contribute to how you see the world. Seeing as an artist also means being guided by your curiosity rather than what others think. I think seeing like an artist also means understanding your influences, how your other senses might impact what you can see, how you feel, what you can hear, what you think about, and the inspiration that you let into your life. That all helps to shape your perspective and shape your outlook on life and what you notice in the world around you. So, why does learning to see like an artist actually even matter? I think if you've clicked on this video, you are interested in developing your own creativity, and if you're still here after listening to my introduction, the chances are you're here because you want to bring more of you to your work. And this one point is really why learning how to see like an artist really matters. You're able to bring more of you, instill that into the painting, and create artwork that comes from your heart rather than from anyone else's. Another positive, another benefit from learning to see through the lens of painting is that you're going to grow your own confidence in your creativity. As we will explore together in the sketchbook exercise later in this video, learning to simplify comes hand in hand with learning to see through the lens of painting. It's all about learning to filter in your inspiration, to see the world through that process, and filter out the noise, the excess. It's this sifting and simplifying which shapes our creative voice and allows us to express our perspective. Imagine you are meeting someone for the first time. If they were to tell you every single thing about them in the first half an hour, the chances are you won't remember everything. Whereas if you were to go deeper into a conversation with that person and explore a point or a few points in depth, you'll really get the sense that you know a little bit about them. It's exactly the same in painting. If inspiration and struggling to find inspiration is one of your creative blocks, then learning to see as an artist is going to honestly open up that world and give you almost unlimited inspiration. You'll find that inspiration is everywhere, from every single mundane moment to the most beautiful sky you've ever seen. And if anything, you'll actually have the opposite problem then of having too much inspiration and struggling to know what to pick. And if that is you, I have a whole other separate YouTube video, I'll link that in the video description down below, all about feeling like you have too many creative ideas. If you're struggling to pick one, go and watch that after this video, and I hope that helps you out. And the very last benefit to learning to see as an artist is definitely not the least. It is one of positivity. Connected to finding almost unlimited inspiration, it honestly makes every single day feel more beautiful. Seeing like an artist goes hand in hand with practicing gratitude, because the more you are aware of the beauty around you, the more you can appreciate it. This practice has helped me to no end to really retrain my brain towards positive thinking rather than negative, and it's probably single-handedly been the best thing that I've done for my mental health recently. This video has been inspired directly by my last point, finding and noticing more positivity in the everyday. This video has been inspired by a phrase I've had tumbling around in my head all summer long, which might even have stemmed from this very painting session I've shared today. That phrase is the joy of noticing. This phrase has led me to paint all sorts of new subject matter and focus on little everyday moments of beauty with a newfound sense of appreciation. It's what made me stop on this walk to zoom in and paint the cow parsley, and it's also been giving me courage generally to simplify my process too. I've just created a new community chat over on the Outdoor Sketchbook Collective, dedicated to this joy of noticing. It's a space for us to practice seeing as artists together and to share the little moments of beauty that we appreciate and that might inspire our art or help us notice through this lens of painting. Before we jump into a sketchbook exercise, which is going to help us practice practice one way of seeing as an artist, I wanted to let you know about an incredibly exciting opportunity and event which is happening. I'm going to be running my very first ever painting and sketchbook retreat. It's being held in Germany, in Brandenburg, from the 13th to the 14th of September 2025. This sketchbook and painting retreat will be focusing on all things experimentation, offering up a wide and rich variety of ways for you to interpret nature and landscape, translating not only what we can see around us in the beautiful countryside of Germany, but also translating how place and our connection to place feels. The retreat is hosted on a permaculture farm based just over an hour outside of Berlin, and the weekend covers an overnight stay, 6 hours of tuition, and homegrown, home-cooked meals grown straight from the garden in which we will be painting. If you'd like to find out more information, I recommend you go to the links down in the video description down below to be able to sign up. If you follow me on Instagram or you are a wonderful Patreon community member, you'll already know about this opportunity that's happening. And if you're interested in joining us, then I warmly encourage you to check it out, as a number of the spaces have already been filled. The last thing before we dive into our sketchbook exercise is that due to the environmental focus and nature of the permaculture farm where this retreat is taking place, we warmly invite you to travel to the retreat by public transport or by land. And again, if you're interested in joining us in Brandenburg, Germany for a weekend of play, experimentation, sketchbooks and painting, you can find all of the information you need down in the video's description below. In my introduction to this video, I mentioned that seeing as an artist starts before your paintbrush or your pencil even touches the page. Seeing as an artist lies in practicing our modes of painting: colour, line, texture, value, tone, composition. Practicing seeing that when you're out in the real world. Every time you go for a walk, you can pause and prompt yourself to look for contrast in the environment around you. Every single time that you lay the table or cook a meal, you can be looking for colour contrast in your dinner in front of you. Seeing as an artist is a practice you can do at any time without any equipment, tools, materials. Practicing seeing through the lens of painting is not only going to enrich your life, but it's really going to enrich your art practice and make a sketchbook or a painting practice more accessible for you in your everyday. I've been having a wee flick through in my latest sketchbook for ideas to inspire this exercise, and I've realised that the power of the practice that I've been doing in my sketchbooks recently has not been in necessarily the quality or the accuracy of the drawings I've been doing, but in the simplicity of them, and that is what I wanted to bring to our exercise today. So today we are going to be practicing something which I've been getting so much benefit from recently and been practicing a lot in my sketchbooks, and that is shape. This sketchbook is also nearly done, so make sure you tune back in for a future video of a sketchbook tour, which will be coming very soon. All you're going to need for this exercise is a sketchbook or a piece of paper, your eyes, something to look at in front of you, and a pencil. I'm using an Inktense watercolour pencil in Bark because that's my favourite colour right now to be sketching in. What you can really see me practicing in this painting, in that demonstration I shared in the first half of this video, and also in the sketchbooks and the pages I've been filling recently, has been this consideration and simplification of shape to bring the subject matter to the focal point. I wanted to share a little exercise based on shape for you today so that we can practice this process of simplification, simplifying our images down to really take things as they come, step by step. So today for our simplifying shape exercise, we are, as the title suggests, going to be simplifying down this image into some really clear and simplified shapes. We're going to try this more than once. The more times you do this, the more you see, and the more you see, the more you can choose what to bring or what to ignore in your sketches. Because this is all about seeing, our first step is to sit for 1 minute and just observe what you can see in this photograph in terms of shape. For 60 seconds, we are thinking about nothing else other than the shapes we can see in front of us. After you've spent that time looking, our next step is to look at the image and see if there's anything we want to leave out. For me, it's those electricity lines in the foreground and also in the midground. I'm going to completely ignore them, pretend like they're not there. To bring in our shapes, we're going to be bringing them in this first sketch in terms of outlines. So holding your pencil or your tool very loosely in your hand, any other way than you would a normal pencil, we're going to start to mark out the general shapes that we can see in front of us. And the same way that you'd practice looking for values, by squinting your eyes, it can really help you simplify the image down. So we're looking for really broad general shapes, and don't worry if you don't get it everything down or everything the way you want it. It's all part of the practice. Getting that midfield in there. We've got this really dark tree kind of dominating in the center, so I'll bring that in, along with the general outline of the trees in the background. Then we have the fields over to the left with this lovely rolling hill coming down. And if we look even closer, there are little trees on the horizon line. Nestled in them, there's a little house, so I'll add a little rectangle in for that. And of course, there are these hazy hills in the background. So bringing them in with a simple line. We're going to give the same scene a go, just noticing what we actually see the second time around. If anything else extra appears, if anything new comes to us. This time around, I'm noticing almost a little path that's been cleared through these really long grasses. So I'm bringing that in there. The midground field. There's a little house down here that I missed out last time. Rolling hill. Trees on the horizon line. And these trees over behind the washing. So there we have another really simple sketch. You can see I've given this a go in previous sketches too, and each one, every time you do this, each one is a little bit different. Picking out different lines, choosing to draw them in different ways. The beautiful thing about practicing variation, practicing repetition of the same thing again and again, is that it highlights just how much variety is possible. Every time you come to do something, it's a little bit different, you notice something else, you approach it in a new way. And if you think about that at volume in terms of other people approaching this exact same reference image in their sketches, the shapes that they choose to capture, that they get down on the page, are going to be unlike anybody else's. And this is where our style, our voice starts to shine through in the things that we notice and the way that we choose to apply them to the page. Another really important skill that we never managed to touch on in this video, but which is really foundational to seeing the world as an artist, is to consider contrast. Contrast is the theme of our month over on the art membership, the Outdoor Sketchbook Collective. And we're going to be diving in through our video tutorials, our online Zoom workshops, our written guides. Everything in the community in the month of September is going to be centred around this theme of contrast. Our online workshops and our video tutorials are always recorded and uploaded to the platform, so you can watch them back at any time and take part at your own pace. If you'd like to join us and explore how to bring more contrast into your artwork and into the way that you see the world, you're very welcome to check out the Outdoor Sketchbook Collective. If you explore any of the ideas that I've shared in this video, it would be lovely to see that and to share that with the wider community. To do so, simply use the hashtag the Outdoor Sketchbook Collective over on Instagram, and I'll be able to find it and share it with the wider world. As always, thank you so much for watching, thank you for being here, and a warm thank you to the Outdoor Sketchbook Collective members who make this channel and video possible. As always, I'll see you outside.